Is your life busy? Are you burdened with so much work that you can't seem to find time to relax and enjoy yourself? Or do you have the opposite problem, where you spend so much time on your recreation that you forget to do your assigned work? Today, I will share with you a model that will give you the solution to the above mentioned problems. You will learn how to balance the many aspects of life. Famous psychologist Erik Erikson once said, "The richest and fullest lives attempt to achieve an inner balance between three realms: work, love, and play." Understand that this topic is not really about effectively working or effectively relaxing, but it's about finding a perfect balance so that you can live a healthy life. So, the benefits of a healthy life would be: one, you'd have a sense of purpose. You would know where you're going with your life. You wouldn't feel like your life had no direction. And you'd also feel like you'd have the ability to meet all of life's challenges, and with the added benefit that you wouldn't be tired at the end. And altogether, your life will be more enjoyable and more manageable. But before we start talking about this model and this solution, I want to share a quote with you from Joseph Smith. He said, "If we start right, it is easy to go right all the time. But if we start wrong, we may go wrong, and it will be a hard matter to get right." So, to begin our model, that's the first step, is to learn how to approach the problem. And to do that, we have to know ourselves. We have to figure out what is most important to us. The answers to this question is what we call values. Values are the beliefs that we hold dear that help define who we are. And whenever we go against our values or fail to meet our values, we feel distraught. We feel bad about ourselves. But these values, once we list them, it will determine the pathway we take into creating a healthy, balanced life. The next part is to identify the priorities based off of our values. So, what I need you to do is to, after you have listed your values, I want you to rank them in order from least importance to most importance, or vice versa, however you want to list it. Obviously, the most important ones are going to be our priorities. The most important values are priorities. And the priorities are the things that we need to accomplish or satisfy so that we can feel happy at the end of the day. It's also very important to note that some may value things differently, such as work and play. Play may not be so high on the list, but I promise you that as you realize, as you list your values, you'll feel that you'll be stressed out, and you might realize that you need to have some time to relax and to sit down and play or have some form of recreation. After you have identified these priorities, I would like you to start naming off a few activities that relate to these priorities and to how to and how these activities satisfy those priorities. Don't feel bad if you start to realize that you don't always accomplish everything that you would like to. This is how it is for most people. And just remember, this is the first step to learning how to balance your life. So now that we've clearly defined the problem, it is going to be much easier to solve it. So begin to question the importance of each activity that you have listed. You ultimately, the goal of this step is to begin to eliminate unnecessary activities. Go through each of those named activities and really determine if they help you satisfy and reach the priority, or if they just help you feel a little bit better about yourself, or if they sounded like a good idea at the time. And after you've listed these activities and after you've cut your list down, make sure you feel comfortable with it. Do not move forward until the next step until you feel comfortable. You do not want to go on if you feel overwhelmed by the list of activities. You really need to cut it down to that level where you feel like you can do everything that is on that list in a day. And after you've determined what's necessary, begin to plan. Use a tool like Google Calendar or maybe even the BYUI calendar to list out your activities each day that you need to accomplish. And make sure you follow that plan. And last of all, accept what you cannot control. There are things that are always bound to happen that upset our plans. We can't control everything, but we can control how we respond. President Thomas S. Monson said, "We can't direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails." I promise that as you apply this model, you will find a easier life. You will find the ability to accomplish all of your challenges plus more. You will feel that you can start to grow again and move forward. And I want to thank you so much for your time, and you have a great day.